Dear students, مفاتيح النجاح's program is a program meant to use students of the third year literary and foreign languages. Throughout this program, I'm going to present for you a series of lessons from the third term of your syllabus. Our first lesson for today is a writing lesson in which you will study how to write an expository article. Let's start our lesson together by reading and writing the introduction of our writing topic. By the end of each term, students have to take examinations in order to assess their learning progress and eventually pass to the next grade at the end of the year. Yet, some of them often stress and panic while taking and preparing their exams. As a member in your high school's journalism club, write an expository article in which you analyze the causes and effects of examination stress on students. As you remark, dear students, that some parts of the introduction are written in red. Well, it's done on purpose. It is meant to help you highlight the key elements of the introduction. Now, what are these key elements? In fact, the key elements are the following. We can find the situation, the problem, students' involvement or your involvement, and also students' task or what you are supposed to write. Now, let's explain more these four elements in our introduction. For the situation, as you see, the red part is students setting for their exams. Now, there is a problem. What's this problem? Is the fact that some of them often stress and panic. They cannot manage this period in their learning process. So, your involvement, what do we mean by your involvement? Is the fact that you imagine yourself to be a member in your high school's journalism club. And what is your task? Your task is to write an expository article in which you analyze, in which you speak about the causes and effects of this examination stress on students. Now, after going through this, let's move and discover the causes and effects of this problem. Now, we start with the causes. We have some causes are lack of preparation or absence of preparation, poor, inadequate time management. Students don't know how to manage their time, and no revision timetable. They don't set a timetable. Other cause is poor study habits or bad study habits. What does it mean? Sometimes students avoid or refrain from revising some subjects that either they don't like or they find difficult. Another cause is lack of self-confidence. Students don't trust their capacities, don't trust themselves. What happens? They have pessimistic thoughts. They fear of failing, not succeeding. They worry about the negative consequences of failure. Let's move now and see some effects. We have what are the effects of all these causes? You have loss of appetite, insomnia, sleep difficulty, nervousness, irritability. We can also find panic attacks. Sometimes they have these panic attacks. They have mental blockings. They stop. They don't know what to do. They have also problems of concentration on their revision. We can also have difficulties in understanding and answering the questions on the exam paper. And the last cause, which is the most important effect, is doing poorly on exams. After going through the notes concerning the causes and effects, let's move and discover how to write an expository article. In fact, to be able to write a correct and a good expository article, we have to follow certain steps. What are these steps? The first steps, as I mentioned before, to read the topic carefully. It means bear in mind, underline all the first elements we spoke about. And the most important one is to know what you have to write about, what is your task. The second step is to go through the notes and the notes concerning the causes and effects. Bear in mind, dear students, that the notes we provide you with are not full sentences. It's up to you to restructure them, to rewrite them into meaningful sentences that contain a subject, a verb, and a complement. It's up to you also to develop, to select 3 or 4, to develop them using details and examples. The third step, which is also very important, is the use of link words. What are link words? Link words are discourse markers that enable you to connect ideas and sentences. Well, I've provided you with a table containing these link words. The first column is the link words about the causes or the reason. We have because, as, since. If you use this set, bear in mind to use after them a full sentence containing a subject, a verb, and a complement. If you want to use the second step, which is the following: because of, due to, thanks to, owing to, what comes after is different because you need a gerund, stem plus ing, you need a noun or a noun phrase. Well, the causes and effects, the causes link words can be put at the beginning or in the middle. We have also the effects link words as a result, as a consequence. Therefore, that's why, so, thus, they can be put in the middle or be put to start a new paragraph. We find also other link words contain expressing the concession, the purpose, purpose or the aim you can find in order to, so as to, so that, or in order that. And also we have other link words expressing the concession or the opposition with the use of though, although, in spite of the fact that, or despite. Other
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. صدق الله العظيم.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح.
اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه اللهم مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته.
Although, in spite of the fact that, or despite. Other link words expressing exemplification, you use them if you want. As I said before, you have to develop your ideas using details and examples. You can use, for example, for instance, as an example, such as, like, namely, and others. And the last column, it deals with sequencers. What are the sequencers? Since we are dealing with ideas, we have sequencers that we use when we begin our ideas, like let's start with, let's begin with, starting with, beginning with, and others. You have others when you use them to move, to add other details, to add further details, like moreover, furthermore, in addition, also, as far as, and concern. And the last set is link words that we use when we want to conclude, as a conclusion, to conclude, to sum up, to finish. After going through all these necessary details, let's write your first draft. But still, when you write your first, before, we have also a fourth note which is very important, is, as I said before, you have to write an expository article. Let's see some characteristics. What do we mean by an expository article? In an expository writing, your primary purpose is analyzing. You simply present facts and information, so don't give your judgment or opinion. Let the reader do that. In other words, an expository article, you have to be objective. It means don't get involved, don't interfere, don't judge, don't criticize, don't give your point of view. It's just the fact that you are displaying, you are showing, you are presenting facts as they are. But at the end, still you can provide some suggestions, for example, to the problem. Now, after going through all these necessary details, let's write your first draft. Paying attention to the layout of your article. The article or the writing must contain the three important parts: the introduction, the development, and the conclusion. In an introduction, you have to say what you are going to speak about, taking information from the topic's instruction, like I said before, the four elements, but most importantly, what you are supposed to write about. Your introduction should be short and concise. I've provided you with an example. You can start like this. Let's read it together. Final examinations are very important for students' learning process and eventually for their admission to the next grade. As most of them often stress and panic during the exams, I decided to write an article or an expository article in order to analyze the causes and effects of this problem. So you see, in my short introduction, I've respected all the elements, and I know that the reader who is going to read this introduction knows exactly what is coming after. Let's move to the development. Well, it's in this stage that you have to organize your ideas into one or more paragraphs. Either you choose one paragraph where you put together where you link together the causes and effects, or you write two paragraphs, the first one for the causes and the second one for the effects. But still we have to pay attention to also certain points. The first point is the structure of our sentences. As I said before, the notes we provide you with are not full sentences. So rewrite them into correct sentences containing a subject, a verb, and a complement. Cohesion and coherence also is important. Your grammar should be, your sentences should be well grammatically structured. Your sentences should follow a certain logic, starting from the introduction to the development to the end, or even between the ideas in the development. Spelling mistakes. Pay attention to spelling. Here we can use the dictionary to check the correct spelling of words. Punctuation and capitalization also is very important. The tense, as I said before, the expository article, you just present facts as they are. So it's adequate to use the present simple tense. And of course, don't forget to use your link words. A short example of this development can be as followed. Because students have bad study habits and avoid revising subjects that they do not like or find difficult, they often have panic attacks, mental blockings, and problems of concentration on revision. As I said before, pay attention to the structure of your sentences. You can use other link words expressing either the cause or the consequence or any others. Now let's move to the last part, which is the conclusion. This is the concluding paragraph where you may suggest some solutions. For example, you can say, to conclude, I think that students should relax, practice sport, sleep enough, revise well in order to surmount stress and panic. Now, after doing all this, you can revise your draft before writing your final paper. With this, we come to the end of our lesson for today. I hope it was beneficial for you and that now you can write your expository article. Till next time, pay attention, take care, and goodbye.
شكرا لكم على حسن الإصغاء والمتابعة. نضرب لكم موعد في العدد القادم. إلى اللقاء.